Hi everybody, this is Paula. A big day for both the Stranger Things fans and for the Scream fans. We'll be doing a Scream 7 review later, but I have to talk about Stranger Things, the final trailer. Looks amazing. Epic at the beginning, looks amazing, looks epic, looks perfect. We see, we mainly focus on the core four of the boys, which is Dustin, Lucas, Mike, and Will. So the main focus is on them. So you haven't seen, we have a couple of scenes with Mike. He's talking to 11, and he's talking to 11, and then he's seen protecting a group of new characters. For the moment, we'll call Turbo Derek. Don't know why we call him Derek. It's not official yet. And then in that same scene, we have Will Byers. And it looks like Will Byers may be the villain of this season, or Cass. We'll see what happens, okay? Okay, so we'll see what happens. And of course, we talk about Mike. We have some nice scenes with him with Elle. We see Elle flying. That's gonna be epic to watch. Elle flying really elevates the season up to maximum overdrive. Let's say maximum overdrive. So okay, and then of course in the same, because we also see Mike protecting a group of kids, new characters. And for the moment, we're calling the kid the grass instead of Turbo. Don't know why. The first name is not official yet. The last name is though, okay? And of course, in that same scene, well, it's gonna be one of the main focuses of this season. And also this closing shot of, it's in the fourth scene that they show, you see a Demogorgon moving out of the way for Vecna to come in. As he says, it's beginning. So we know he's on the hunt this season. There's going to be some epic core violence, gory violence, so just watch out for that, okay? So that's the first thing you see is a Demogorgon moving out of the way as Vecna delivers his first lines of the season. We see Lucas in trouble. We'll get to Lucas in a minute because I'm talking about Will Byers right now. Because it looks like Will Byers will be one of the main focuses this season. Because I told you about the scene with Vecna delivering his first lines of the season. And at the end of it, you see some major core wow. Yes, you see one of the deaths on screen and it's of a military person. Also military person. And what happens after the carnage? We see Vecna coming in and holy shit, wow. Holy shit, wow. You see Vecna lifting Will up into the air, he's levitating, and he says, "You will help me for one last time." Ooh, what is Will helping with? Maybe he's helping Vecna find his friends. He's gonna betray his best friends. Wow. Looks like Will might be a villain this season. We'll see what happens. Not one of Cassie yet, but our chance. That's someone I think of the cast. I'm not saying who, but you know who I'm thinking of. Eddie, maybe. And of course, so far we talked about Mike, Will, and Vecna. So let's get to Lucas and Dustin, huh? Let's get to Dustin last. Lucas, as we see, he's Lucas and Max, of course. We see Max like we get to Lucas, and it looks like he's gonna be in some major ass trouble. Because the last side of him is him in a cave, falling down. He's on the ground, and you see, I think it's Demogorgon or some other creature stepping into the same tunnel that Lucas is in, with his mouth and fangs open up wide. Let's hope, yeah, open up wide. And Lucas in the same tunnel looks like he's in major trouble. So let's see what happens with him, okay? He might be gone, we don't know. We know one of the core four will die. We're not sure which one, or which two for that matter. So that's Lucas. Now on to Dustin, one of my favorite characters, of course. And when we see Dustin, of course, he's riding his bike to school in his Hellfire gear. We see Dustin riding his bike to school, and the first image we see of him, he's in his Hellfire. He's in his Hellfire Club shirt. That's his main outfit for this season. It's a Hellfire Club, and you know me, I love the Hellfire Club. Anyway, we see him in the Hellfire Club. We also see him in his season 4 battle gear from the finale. And in season 4, he wasn't alone. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if he's going to be fighting back now with somebody or with nobody just working with the group by himself. So we'll see what happens there. And from the teasers, he's going to be getting his revenge already. So love that. And we do see a great moment between him and Steve Harrington. One of the best hugs ever. That duo is back together. So love them together. And last season they created the most fantastic trio ever with Eddie. So in one of the scenes you have a hand to place in two pieces from Dungeons and Dragons onto a map. I'm not sure who put them there. The hand could either be Dustin, Eddie, Mike, or Will. Or somebody else for that matter. We don't know. But I'm guessing it's either Dustin or Mike, maybe Eddie. Who knows? It could very well be a woman too, so. And of course we have the group of scenes. We have the scene where they're coming together at the picnic table where Eddie and Chrissy were flirting, guys making a drug deal. I'm not flirting in that though, so. That's one group shot. And you see Robin and Murray in another scene, and you have the whole group with Steve, Josh, and Nancy as they're talking about killing Vecna. So that's a great shot. This season is going to be epic. Must watch, must watch, must watch. Love you. Have a nice day. Enjoy this.